Okay, we say welcome again. We are very pleased as institution to have you here.
Thank you.
The first question will be, what do you consider to be the current importance about Carl Umholtz's work?
I think the most important thing is the way he was able to record the life of the indigenous people and also make it possible for the future generations to still have records of how they lived and how the society worked. And I also think I think it was interesting to see how his work has evolved from when he started. Because since he went both to Australia, Mexico and Borneo, how his view of the indigenous communities also evolved from seeing them like, I think unfortunately very many did at that time, like more people that was not as evolved. I think that was kind of the typical view, but he kind of during his work actually started to see them as very personas de igualdad, that they were also, he kind of ended up not liking the way the society looked at them, and I think his work helped also to demonstrate they were also people of intelligence and contributing to the society.
So do you also see him as a sensitive man?
I think so. I think he evolved becoming that after living with different cultures, that he learned to appreciate them and understand them better, I think.
Well, first of all, thank you for being here. The second question is, how is Lumholtz's masterpiece work for Northern Mexico relevant in Norway?
I think it's relevant in the way I think it also shows that other countries also have indigenous population. We have the Samis, and I think also it helps us understand more both the cultural diversity but also the cultural similarities. I think it's always good to kind of learn to understand that the world is not necessarily smaller, but we have all similarities, I think.
Next question. Is this work written, studied in anthropology or other disciplines in Norway nowadays?
I think I have to say I'm not that familiar with that, but we have had the university in Oslo. I know they did have people who have studied him, and I think I have to admit I don't have the knowledge about that. I should imagine he should be a part of the curriculum at the university. And I also know there was a big exposition about his photos I think it's in 2014, where they had, the exhibition was called like Mexico Unknown, meeting between people. I think it was a great success, and we also had this Norwegian journalist who recreated his steps to the Sierra Madre, and he wrote like a book that was called The Diary of Tequila. That's kind of very popular in Norway, and for people who knows Mexico, go to Mexico. So I guess he should be relevant still.
The next question is, as our first secretary, what is your point of view on the great enthusiasm and interest generated in Mexico and particularly here in Chihuahua about Carl Umholtz's work and as a character?
Oh, we are so pleased that you guys actually wants to kind of do this congresso and also this exhibition, and we're pleased to see that it's interest for the work he has done. I'm afraid he's not that famous in Norway because he emigrated to the States pretty early on. Mm-hmm. So I hope also that the embassy can use the work you do here to also make him more known in Norway, because I think he did a very important work. So we are very grateful for the efforts you guys are doing here to kind of help promote his message and also use him as a point of reference in a way, and also doing this really nice exhibition, so we are very grateful.
And finally, do you see any similarities and differences between Norway and Mexico?
I think all cultures will have differences, but I think we are very similar. I mean, Norway and Mexico, we cooperate very close on multilateral issues like the environment, human rights. Also, we have the petroleum and gas in common, and I think we can learn from each other in both ways. We have our experience and you have your experience, and I think together we can create a very good, or continue to create the good relationship that we have. So it's a very interesting country to be in, and you have such a fascinating history and culture and everything. So I'm just very pleased also to be invited to come here and participate in this exhibition.